Hello everybody, I'm April May and welcome you to my channel. Today I'm doing a reading on Kiely Rodni. She's 16 years old and went missing August 6th of 2022 at approximately 12:30 a.m. from the Prosser Lake camp in California. Her 2013 Honda CR-V is also missing. So I'm going to start out by doing Pendulum, asking a couple of questions, and then we'll consult the cards. Please remember this reading is my interpretation of the cards and for entertainment purposes only. All individuals are considered innocent until proven guilty, and all statements made here are alleged. Thank you for watching. Let's get started. And I apologize, my hands look terrible and I've got scratches and everything. I work at a wildlife rehabilitation center, so my nails are always breaking and I'm always getting bit or clawed by something. So I do want to document that today is August 13th at 2:04 p.m. and I'm hoping that I'd like to start documenting when I'm making these readings, so I don't know if that's blurry or not, or if it will catch that. That it is August, what I say it was, August 13th. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to get started with some pendulum work. So we're going to Angels, Teachers, Guides. Angels, Teachers, Guides. We're asking questions today about Kiely Rodni. So we're going to get started, get the pendulum moving in a circle. Angels, Teachers, Guides. Angels, Teachers, Guides. I want to know, is Kiely Rodni still alive? So that's a yes. Okay. Angels, Teachers, Guides. Angels, Teachers, Guides. Is Kiely Rodni a victim of human trafficking? So that's a yes. Okay, Angels, Teachers, Guides. Is Kiely still in California? Okay, so that's a no. She's not in California. Angels, Teachers, Guides. Angels, Teachers, Guides. Is Kiely still in the United States? Look at the pendulum swinging. Is Kiely Rodni still in the United States? And you'll probably notice that my hand does move slightly. That's just the weight of the pendulum causes it to move. It's really hard to hold them exactly straight. Is Kiely Rodni still in the United States? So she is still in the United States. And I actually did this pendulum reading. I've done it several times and I've gotten the same answer every time, so I'm pretty confident in those answers. So now we're going to go to the True Crime Oracle deck that I created. And I did have somebody ask about my, I don't normally shuffle on screen because I think it's really loud, but, and I find it annoying, but I am going to start shuffling the cards on screen. And I don't usually hand shuffle like this, because if you notice, I have very small hands, so the cards, it's very hard for me to do it this way. I can do it this way though, I guess. I'm just not accustomed to doing it this way. But for the purposes of these readings, I will hand shuffle these. But I'm not really accustomed to doing it this way. And when I have stacks of cards fall out, I'm not going to use them. If one or two fall out, I will take those. Like that one, I will take. Like I said, I'm just not used to shuffling them this way. And then I will pull from the deck. So this says the perpetrator will strike again. This was an accident, and a witness fears coming forward. So let me get my pad. And you know, if you've watched my videos, I scribble, and I do this to help connect to my spirit guides, and I get messages, kind of voices that kind of help me with the reading. So this is telling me that she wasn't the one they were actually after in the beginning. Something happened where she accidentally ended up in the presence of the person who took her. And there are witnesses that fear, at least one that fears coming forward. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to move those cards up just a little bit. I'm going to move these. Now we're going to pull from the tarot deck, and again I'm going to do the same thing. And hand shuffle these just a little bit. Just set them, actually I'm going to set them over here where I can actually reach them better. So we have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Moon reversed. Let's see if I can push these up just a little bit further just so we can keep, I'm going to move this one up just so we can read it, so we can remember what it said. Slide this one under there. Okay. So we have the Two of Wands reversed, and I'm using, this is just a normal Rider-Waite tarot deck, your standard deck, but this one does have the card explanations on either side so that you can read them and you can follow along with my train of thought, follow along with the reading. So the Two of Wands reversed. This is staying in a comfort zone, not ready to go, kind of a hasty, or it could be a hasty action with no plan and no clear goal. The Seven of Wands, this is also reversed. This is realizing self-deception, getting caught, not making excuses, or secrets come out. That's interesting. Then we have the Moon reversed. This is irrational, distorted thoughts, uncensored, wild impulse, unrepressed creativity. So it could be any of these definitions for either card. So we have to, that's why we consult with our spirit guides to narrow down what the message is. So I wonder, are there other missing children from this area? Because it says staying in a comfort zone. That makes me believe that this person is hunting in the same general area. May not have to be in this particular park, but it could be in this general area of California. This getting caught, excuse me, this one is telling me that we may get some answers on this one. It just seems like we have these missing children, missing people, and we just never get answers. We might get answers on this one. Wild impulse. See, hasty action and wild impulse, that's why I think they're saying this is an accident. He was either not hunting that night, or who he had in mind was somebody different than her. Somehow she stumbled upon and became the victim, but was not the planned victim, or he wasn't planning on taking a victim that night, and just so happened that she was easily accessible and was taken. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles upright, which is putting in time and effort, then reaping the rewards. It can be investment, it can be a long-term strategy, and it says to be patient. So then we have the Four of Swords, which is weak and tired, ignoring the need for rest, can be a difficult recovery, and can't meditate or relax. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay. The Devil upright is bondage, temptation, materialism, an unhealthy attachment, and immoral and unethical. Okay, so this is telling me, because this was not an intended victim, that's putting him into some stress on how to deal with this, because normally things are more planned out. There's more time and energy invested, I think, in the hunting process. And then we have the Devil card. This is, for some reason, he couldn't resist the temptation to take her. So we have Temperance upright. This is like moderation, balance, harmony, blend together to create something new. And over here we have the Ten of Pentacles upright. This is well established. It can be family, wealth, and prosperity, inheritance, building upon success. Then we have the Six of Wands. This is the victory, achievement, success, clear progress, or well-deserved recognition. So here we're talking about a lot of building upon something successful, and balance. So this is telling me that this person has done this in the past and is trying to build upon what he has done in the past. But because this was an unintended, let's say, kidnapping, there's some stress in there on how to make this work, how to get her moved around, how to get her to the place. I don't really know exactly how human trafficking works, but I assume they have ways of moving these victims around, and I feel like there's some issues with that. So we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Nine of Cups upright, and we have the Page of Swords. Move these over here. Page of excuse me, Page of Swords reversed. So the Knight of Pentacles is kind of standing still. Progress is too slow. It can also mean all work, no play, and uninspired. The Nine of Cups upright this is goodness put in is returned in abundance, happy, satisfied. It can also be attending a social event. And this is the Page of Swords. This is a silly idea, easily influenced by others, still learning. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes. So we're talking about let me look at this a second. Okay. So I feel like this is the perpetrator. Somebody who is irrational, somebody who is immoral and unethical. He's trying to achieve success in this realm of human trafficking, but he's easily influenced by others. So this is something he hasn't done for a long time. This is something he's trying to impress people with, his ability to take people. So I think he's done this before, but I don't think he's done it a whole lot. I think maybe 1 or 2 victims before. And then we have this makes me think he was almost caught, and no one kind of realizes it, how close he was to getting caught and secrets coming out. And this may even be that night. This may be why this victim or this witness isn't coming forward. Somebody saw this and he almost got caught, and they're not saying anything. And that's why he can't relax. There is somebody out there, thank you. There's somebody out there that knows what's going on, what happened. And he's still trying to build upon the success of his past kidnappings. That's what I'm getting here. And that when he turns over these victims, he's rewarded for it. And then, so this is kind of how he is feeling during the crimes, I think. And then this is kind of, he's staying in his comfort zone. He's putting the time in to reap the rewards. Trying to blend in his secret life with his real life. But the progress with her is too slow, and that's making him nervous. Let me pull one more set. Okay. So we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 7 of Swords reversed, and we have the Page of Cups upright. So the 5 of Pentacles, this is difficult lessons. Difficulty lessons, not difficult lessons, but difficulty eases. Let's put it that way. It can be asking for help or getting help. It can also mean using spiritual resources to endure and cope. Oh my gosh, hang on just a second. I think, hang on. Hang on. Is this her? Is this her? This is him, right? Okay, and is this her? I think I'm reading this wrong. Hang on. Is this her? Okay, let me look at this again. Okay, so we've got him. We've already established that. This column, I think, is actually her energy. something. Did she do something? So we've got this well-established family. That would be her. Attending a social event. That would be her. Accepting loss and moving on. Choosing your battles. Five of Wands is choosing your battles, avoiding conflict, and learning from defeat. So she could have not fought. She could have thought it would have been better to just move on. Am I getting this right? Am I getting confused? Please confirm this with me. And she can't relax. She can't. Something, I think this is her energy. Something happened that night. She told her mother she'd be home in 45 minutes. Or she was leaving. Sorry, she was leaving in 45 minutes. Something happened. Getting caught. This is usually getting caught and secrets come out. There's something that's going to come out, but I think this is her energy. Something's going to come out about that night. How, hopefully this person comes forward. Now, when you do cards, you're doing it in a snapshot in time. And so at this time, that's why tarot readers will read cards for a certain event over and over and over again. Because as people change their minds, the story with the cards will change. Because people have free will, and we're talking about people here. So as they change their minds, the cards will change with each reading. As of right now, somebody is afraid to come forward. There's something that happened that night. There's something about that night that put her in the area that she was in or with that person. There was a reason why she was in the vicinity of that person. That isn't just like, oh, I was at the campgrounds. There was something going on and she was with this person. She has a good family, well-established family. An inheritance. This one says attended a social event. I mean, that's what she did that night. And then this card, the Five of Swords upright, that's accepting loss and moving on, choosing your battles and avoiding conflict. This tells me she didn't put up a fight for some reason. She was nervous about going, but she went and then found herself in a situation. So on this one, this Page of Cups, upright, this is a new infatuation. This makes me worried about this. See, I think this particular person plans out who he wants to take. And there's a lot of planning and strategizing on how they're going to take this person. And that's why this one, it feels more like in the right place at the wrong time, kind of a situation. That's why there's some stress involved And I'm thinking this is her, but it still could be his energy. I'm not getting a real clear answer to that, but this accepting, this tells me it's like she was confronted in a situation and it was, you know, where your gut tells you you shouldn't do it, but you don't want to make a scene or seem not cool, or you don't want to seem afraid, or you know, like a situation like that. I mean, this is a very young girl. She's 16 years old, where the gut says one thing, but you ignore it and you go on anyway. And she should have listened to her gut. When your gut tells you something's wrong, that's called the gift of fear, and you've got to learn to listen to it. There's actually a book called The Gift of Fear, and if you can get your hands on it, I definitely recommend that you read it. We all have this psychic ability, and that it shows up in your gut, and when your gut tells you something is wrong, listen to it and remove yourself from the situation as fast as possible. Let me see. So this worries me a lot, because I think he is definitely going to strike again. And so I'd like to know how many people are missing from this area, because it says here he likes to stay in his comfort zone. And it tells me he has a hunting area, and it's probably not very small. It's probably a large area, but how many people are missing in that area? I'd really like to know that. I need to do some research to find that out, now that I know that this is a person who has done this before. But I don't think I think he's kind of new to the game. Because here he's having to ask for help, because he snatched her up, but it wasn't planned. You know, and I don't know how this works. Do they snatch him up and they have, you know, a buyer? I mean, I don't know. What do they do? Is it like a sales order for a particular type of person, and then this person goes out and finds it, snatches them up, and then there's a transaction? I mean, is that how this works? I mean, what? I don't know. I've never, this whole topic is very upsetting to me, and I've never watched any programs on it, and I'm very very sensitive to people's energy, even if I'm not in the area that they are, and so I try to protect myself from that stuff, because I get very emotional. So anyway, that is everything for this reading. I have been doing some research on location. They call it location dowsing, where you put a map out with a grid and we try to narrow down where the location of an item is. I'm wondering if I can do that with some of these missing cases and try to figure out where these people are. That's something I'm researching and working on. One of the problems with doing it with these cold cases, this is not a cold case, but with some of these cold cases, is we may never know if it's actually accurate or not. And the only way I know if pendulum dowsing for missing people works is if I can prove that the whole pendulum dowsing works at all. So I'm going to start doing my own testing on that, and then if I can verify that I think it works, then I will do some location dowsing and record those. But so that may or may not be in the future. I do not know. We will see. I have to see how it all works out, but I am going to start doing some testing on that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hate saying enjoyed. I hope you found this reading informative. Let's just use that word. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did find this reading informative. And remember to be safe out there and always make good decisions. And I will see you in the next video.